We are doing some live yoga today. I had a bunch of requests to focus on flexibility, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Say hi if you're here. Again, I'm opening these lives up to everyone here on YouTube. Usually this is only in my YouTube membership here, but I figured for the month of November, since it's been a while since I've been around, we would do lives for everybody. So hi, hello, welcome. It is Saturday, 10 a.m. here in Vegas. Let me know where you're coming from, how you're doing this lovely weekend. I hope you had a good holiday. Yeah. If there's anything else that you want to work on today, I kind of curated this class again towards flexibility because that's what people wanted to work on. So that's what we're going to be doing. I do recommend, we are going to be using straps and blocks. If you do not have a strap, you can use a towel or a blanket. If you do not have blocks, you can use old books. The blocks aren't really necessary, but we are for sure going to be using a strap. So grab a towel or a blanket if you don't have a strap. Put those back by your mat. Any props that you need for your practice, have them nearby. But yeah, we're going to be focusing on some flexibility today, specifically lower body flexibility. You know, I think that's, and I had a lot of people request hips also, so we're going to do some hips, some lower body stuff. And my intention for this class is to show just how much of a difference you can make in just, you know, like a 30, 45 minute, an hour long yoga class in your flexibility. So we're going to start with some stretches with the strap. We're going to end with those same stretches, and maybe you'll be able to see a little bit of a difference. So yeah. Hey guys. Hi Caitlin. Again, say hi if you're here. We'll give everybody some time to get on. How is everybody's weekend going? I hope it's off to a good start. Is anybody doing any shopping or anything? All my courses are half off right now, and my retreats are also $222 off if you're interested for Black Friday. That'll all end at the end of November. But yeah, how are we doing? How are we feeling? How is this weekend treating us? Let me know. It's very sunny in Vegas. It's cold, but it's sunny. So, you know, it's been, and when I say cold, I mean like 50, 60 degrees, which is cold for me. I have a sweater on. It says Big Witch Energy on it. It's from House Witch in Salem. How are we doing, guys? I see that there's some of you watching. Say hi if you're here. We're doing some live yoga on this lovely Saturday morning. We're going to get flexible. If you didn't hear my little spiel at the beginning of class, you need some props. I got 3 vaccines and 4 tubes of blood drawn yesterday. Ugh, yeah, that's the worst. Rainy and cold in England. That sounds awesome. I hope to make it there one day. Welcome, friend. Your first live. Welcome, welcome. If you didn't hear what I was saying at the beginning of class, we're going to be doing flexibility. So have blocks. It's sunny in California. Yeah, sunny here too, for sure. Blocks and a strap. If you don't have a strap, grab a towel or a blanket. We will be definitely using the strap. If you don't have blocks, no worries. You can also use books, but just have the props that you need back by your mat. But yeah, we're going to be working on some flexibility today. Lots of lower body. And just kind of, you know, just, I want to show you guys how much progress you can make in just one class in your flexibility. I think people think I can't do yoga unless I'm flexible, when that is not the case. You do yoga to get flexible, right? You do not have to be flexible to do yoga. You do yoga, you know, it's called yoga practice, not yoga perfect. Rainy in South Louisiana. Yeah, there's like a couple clouds in the sky, but it's very sunny here in Las Vegas. But yeah, you do not have to be flexible to do yoga. You know, we do yoga. That's something to work on in yoga. You know, yoga has so many different limbs, so many different benefits. Flexibility is just one of them. Let's see. Well, I'm so sorry about your mom. I hope she gets better soon and heals quickly. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Saturday? It's the weekend. It's Black Friday. It was yesterday. And, you know, this weekend is like, I'm not going anywhere near any retail stores. I went very early yesterday morning to my favorite local crystal shop. And, you know, it's a small business. And that was it. That was all the Black Friday shopping I did. And now I'm done. So, yeah. But take your time. We'll give everybody a couple minutes to get on. Grab your props that you need. Set up your mats. Come to your space. And then we'll start in a couple of minutes once everybody is here. What else? What else? What else is happening? I don't know. We just had our new moon in Sagittarius. Jupiter just went direct. Let's see. I need to get groceries today, but I don't want to leave the house. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing like delivery delivery for groceries because I made the mistake of going to Trader Joe's like 2 days before Thanksgiving because I forgot. And I was like, oh no, why did I do that? Like, it's not the time to be out. Also, so much sickness going around. Everybody's sick. It's not just COVID. It's like RSV and the flu and the stomach flu and like all these different things. So stay safe. You know, I'm definitely not going to be going anywhere. I'm wearing a mask. I haven't stopped wearing a mask, you know, but it's rough out there, friends. So I'm definitely staying inside. But I'm here with all you lovelies. We're going to do some yoga, so that's exciting. But yeah. Is there anything specific anybody wants to work on? Again, this class is curated for flexibility. We're going to be focusing on the lower body. I had requests for hips, but everybody kept saying flexibility, so that's what we're going to work on today. So yeah, I'm going to get into those hamstrings, the lower body. We're going to kind of just see how, you know, I think a lot of us, you know, if you were to go into a forward fold right now, you'd be like, wow, I'm so stiff, I'm so not flexible. But remember that you're not warmed up. You know, you haven't done anything to kind of prepare yourself for that. It's like, you know, those presidential fitness tests in high school. It's an America thing. If you're not in America, it's weird. They make you do these weird fitness tests and base your merits on them in like elementary to high school. It doesn't make sense. But they had this one test where it was like, how far can you reach your toes? Or like, can you reach past your toes? You had to like push this like ruler thing like in a forward fold. And it's like, if you're doing that on cold muscles, you're not going to be able to stretch very far. You know, if you're not warmed up, you're not going to be able to bend a lot. So we're going to warm ourselves up. We're going to get our muscles warm, and then we're going to do some flexibility work and just show how much of a difference that makes. So yeah, that was my plan for today. I hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday. But yeah, give everybody just like 1 more minute. Again, have your props that you need, strap and a block. We're going to be using those today. Any props that you need for your practice, remember to listen to your body, do what feels good for you, do what feels right in your body, trust yourself. You know what's best for you and your body, and everything I say is an option, not an order, my friends. All right, so I think we'll go ahead and get started. Now, just know that when I'm back on my mat, I will not be able to see your comments. I will hopefully be going to overseas for retreats soon. Yeah, if you don't have props, don't worry. If you have a towel or a blanket, you can use that in place of a strap. If you do not have blocks, you can use, excuse me, old books. Don't worry. If you don't have them, you can do this practice without them. But they're just good to have. But definitely, if you have a strap, grab it. If you don't have a strap, use a towel or a blanket because we're going to be using that for sure. All right, friends, I'm going to go back there so I won't be able to see your comments while I'm teaching. But I'll come back afterwards. We'll check in, see how we're doing. So yeah, I'm going to go on back there. Make sure I'll be able to see me. All right. Okay, my friends, we are going to get started in savasana. So, keeping your props nearby, especially your strap. I want you to have that nearby where you can easily access it. And we're going to start on our backs in shavasana. So, go ahead and find your way to your back. Now, move slowly with intention. Do what feels good and right in your body. If you need to lay on a pillow or a bolster, you can go ahead and do that. So we're laying on our backs. You can extend the legs if you'd like. You can have the knees bent. I like to bend my knees, kind of knock my knees in together, and then press my lower back into the mat. This is great, especially if you have kind of that little arch in your lower back where it doesn't touch the mat. This kind of helps encourage that low back into the mat if you have low back pain. But you can straighten your legs. You can take a Supta Baddha Konasana, so feet bottoms together to touch, opening of the knees if you want to really get into those hips. Just listen to your body and do what feels good here. Now you can have your hands, your arms on either side of you, palms facing down for some grounding energy, palms facing up to receive. You can close your eyes if it feels good. And just bring your awareness to your breath. Bring your awareness to the right here, the right now, to this space, to your mat. Noticing your breath as it goes in and out. Not changing anything about it, but just bringing awareness to it, being mindful of it. As you inhale, perhaps you feel the chest expand, the belly expand, allowing yourself to take up space. And as you exhale, a gentle release, a gentle grounding. Taking some time to take inventory here of the mind, the body, the soul. Maybe do a little body scan, a little check-in. Notice any tensions that you find in your body. So even just laying here, our bodies can still kind of hold tension. I can feel mine in my shoulders. So if you notice a place where there is tension, I want you to take an inhale in, and then exhale, use the breath to release it. So even if I'm just laying down here, my shoulders kind of tense up. That's where I hold all my tension in my body. And on every exhale, I'm going to intentionally release my shoulders down and try to release that tension. Maybe you hold it in your hands, maybe your feet, maybe your hips, maybe your stomach. Maybe you feel like you're kind of always sucking in or kind of stuck on that inhale. Try to use that exhale to relax the body, to release that tension. You can deepen and lengthen those inhales and exhales. If you'd like to set an intention for class, you can do so here. I offer up a very simple intention of I am flexible. And now, of course, we're going to apply that to the physical, right? We're going to get flexible in our bodies. But flexible in the mind, flexible in the soul, flexible in life. If there's one thing we can't control, it's change. So to be flexible and to be able to adapt to certain things is a good, healthy trait to have. We'll seal that with a breath, taking an inhale in through the nose, filling up chest, filling up the belly, taking up space. And open mouth, exhale, release. You can allow your breath to return to normal. And start to just kind of gently wake up the body here. Maybe wiggle the toes or wiggle the fingers. If your knees are bent, you can kind of windshield wiper out the legs. If your legs are straight, maybe point and flex the toes. Just gently making these movements bigger until you want to take a nice big morning stretch on your mat. So maybe extend the arms overhead, extend those legs out, and really reach those fingers, reach those toes, take up as much space as possible like you just woke up this morning. This pose always makes me yawn. And just really elongating the body here. Just reach, reach, reach. You can go ahead and lower your arms down at your side. Now we're going to immediately start getting into the legs here. And I want you to note how it feels to do these moves because we're going to revisit them at the end of class and see how much progress we've made in flexibility just from one yoga class. So you're going to grab a hold of your strap. Again, if you don't have a strap, you can use a towel or a blanket. If you don't have either of those things, you can use your hands. So I'm going to leave the left leg long, and I'm going to pull my right knee in. I'm going to take this strap, and I'm going to wrap it around my foot. And I'm going to straighten my leg to the sky. Now again, you can use a towel or a blanket here. If you don't have either of those, I want you to gently just grab the back of the leg and pull it in. So I'm straightening my right leg up to the sky. Now, notice how you feel. This is the beginning of class. We have not warmed up at all. So it might feel a little stiff, might feel a little tight. You maybe aren't straightening the leg all the way, keeping a micro bend in the knee. And I don't want you to pull. I don't want you to force it. I want you to pull it just enough so you feel that stretch in the back of the hamstring. But that's it. We're going to breathe here. Now take an inhale here. Exhale, you're going to drop the right foot open to the side. So now we're opening the hip. So the leg is staying straight, but we're just opening that hip. Still trying to pull that leg in. Again, not really aggressive, just enough to feel that stretch. But now the hip is open. Again, just note how this feels. Just breathing into that hamstring and into the hip. Now take an inhale here. Exhale, draw the leg back to center, and then you're going to go ever so slightly through center. Now this is not going to be a twist. I do not want you to lift that right hip up and take this leg all the way over. You're literally just going to barely go through that center line until you can't go anymore. So it might not be very far. Do not let this right hip lift up off the mat. You're going to feel this in the outer right leg, in the IT band from the knee to the hip, that outer hip. Breathing here. Now inhale here, exhale, release it back to center, and then go ahead and bend the knee, release the foot from the strap, and you can straighten that right leg. Now we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So the right leg is straight. I'm bending in my left knee. I'm taking my strap or my towel, wrapping it around that left foot, straightening it to the sky, or I'm holding on with my hands to my leg. And again, notice how this feels. Maybe it's a little bit different than the other side. I know my left side is a little bit more flexible than my right, and that's okay. Remember that we are human, we're not symmetrical. Again, maybe keeping a micro bend in the knee, not pulling too hard, and just breathing here. Now inhale here, exhale, we're going to open that left foot out to the left. So again, just opening that hip. Now feeling it in the hamstring and the hip. Again, still gently just pulling on that strap or that blanket, but not too aggressive. And just ask yourself, how does this feel? Now again, we're going to inhale here, exhale, draw that leg back to center, and then ever so slightly through that center line over to the right. Again, we're not going to lift that left hip up off the mat. You're going to take that leg as far over as you can until you feel that hip start to lift and stop there. Might not go very far, that's okay. Breathe here. Gently inhaling here, exhale, release to center, and then you can go ahead and release that foot from the strap and let it go. And you can gently here maybe wiggle your hips, kind of wiggle the legs out, maybe point and flex the feet. And then we're gently going to draw the knees into the chest, maybe rock from side to side here, massage out that low back. Now I'm going to give you two options here. Option number one is you can drop to one side into a fetal pose and then gently press yourself up to a tabletop. Or if you'd like to have some fun, get some momentum, you can start to rock the length of your mat. You're kind of in a little ball here. Rock in forward and back until you get the momentum to come on up. And then we're going to meet in our tabletop pose. So taking your time, coming to all fours, coming to your hands and knees in your tabletop position. Shoulder, elbow, wrist are stacked, hips are stacked over the knees. Then we're going to go right into our cat-cow here. So we're going to inhale, lift the chin, open the chest, arching the back, sticking that booty out. Exhale to round, dropping chin to chest, doming out the shoulders. Inhale to open. And exhale to round. Now, I want you to do 5 to 7 more of these on your own breath, linking your breath to your movement, and do what feels good here. So maybe you want to go from side to side. Maybe you want to take some full body circles. Ask yourself, what do I need right now in this moment? And go there. Find your flow. You can go fast or you can go slow. I just realized that rhymed. And just breathe here. Gently finishing up your last round, returning to a neutral spine. Now we're going to start to warm up the body. We want to get those muscles warm so we can start working on our flexibility. So first things first, we're going to take a variation of a side plank here, start to warm up that core. So I'm going to demo with my left leg. You can start on either side. So I'm going to kick my left foot out from my knee like it's a little kickstand. I'm not moving my knee. My foot's just coming out to the side. I'm going to shift all of my weight over to the left side, extend my right leg out, and lift my right arm. So I'm coming to a variation of side plank here. Option to take a full side plank if you'd like. Option to lift that right leg up. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop that foot. Release that hand, coming back to our table, taking it to the other side. So I'm kicking out my right foot like it's a little kickstand off to the side. I'm going to shift all of my weight over to the right, extend my left leg out, left arm up. And again, option to lift that foot or option to come to a full side plank. I'm going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that foot and gently return to your tabletop. Now we're going to continue these warm-ups, warming up the core, warming up the body with some balancing. So we're going to start with the right arm and the left foot, or one or the other. So first start by lifting that right arm up, extending that right hand out. See how that feels. If that feels okay and you can do a little more, maybe extend the left leg. Or perhaps you just want to extend the left leg. Again, you can do one or the other or both. So maybe the right arm's extended, left leg is extended. We're going to inhale, lengthen, and exhale, you're going to bend into both, crunching in like you're trying to bring your elbow to your knee. They do not have to touch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, release. Shake it out. We're going to take it to the other side. So again, maybe just starting with the left arm, extending it out. Ask yourself, how does that feel? Maybe I can extend the right leg out. Maybe I can do both. Wherever you are, we're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend into both. Squeeze the elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. 2 more. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Release it. Go ahead and shake it out. All right, my friends, we're going to make our way to the top of our mats. So from my table, I'm going to tuck my toes. I'm going to inhale to lift my hips up and back to the wall behind me, finding my downward facing dog. So I'm pressing my palms deep into the mat, pressing my chest through my shoulders towards my thighs, encouraging my heels down, but they do not have to touch. Find some movement here, maybe pedaling the feet, maybe shaking the hips, maybe shaking the head. Gently coming to stillness. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat, and exhale, we're going to travel to a forward fold. So maybe you take some baby steps forward. Maybe you take a big step forward. Remembering you can keep your feet wide to honor and make space for the belly and thighs. We find ourselves in this forward fold. Hang out here. This is our first forward fold of class. You can keep a bend in the knees. You can grab for opposite elbows. You can sway. Just do what feels good here. Gently come to stillness. Hands can come to blocks or to the shins. You can press into them. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here. You can close your eyes if that feels good and ask yourself, how do I feel? Do I feel that warmth rising in my body? Can I feel my body waking up, warming up? Take a big inhale in through the nose, filling up chest, filling up belly. Open mouth, exhale, release it. All right, my friends. We're going to flow through some half sun salutes here to continue to warm up the body. So I'm standing in my Tadasana mountain pose. Feet can be hips distance or perhaps a little wider. My hands are at either side. Palms are facing forward. Fingers are active, like I'm shooting energy out of my palms. Standing nice and tall. I'm going to inhale, reach my arms up overhead. Exhale, I'm going to fold over the legs. Inhale for that halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. I'm going to do two more just like that. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, check in. Can you feel yourself getting warmer? Maybe you feel that breath quickening, that heart quickening. Those are all good things. All right, my friends. We're going to add on to that. So I'm going to grab my blocks and make sure they're at the top of my mat. Again, this is just an option. We're going to incorporate some lunges here. So I want to have the props I need, the support I need. I'm going to set myself up for success here. So from standing, the top of the mat, and our Tadasana mountain pose. I'm going to inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now this is where your hands can come to your blocks. You're going to bring that right foot center, and you're going to step that left foot back into a lunge. Now your hands can also be on the mat here, fingertips on the mat or hands planted into the mat. I use my blocks because my arms are far too short to reach the mat. My right knee is bent over my ankle. It's not going past the ankle. I'm on the ball of my back foot. My back leg is as straight as I can get it. And my chin is lifted and my chest is lifted. So option to stay still here, or if you'd like, just kind of seesaw forward and back. For flexibility, dynamic movements are important instead of just static. So we're kind of seesawing forward and back here. Gently find stillness. Inhale here. Exhale, step that back foot forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Gotta do the other side, my friends. We're gonna inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. My left foot comes to center. My right foot steps back. Maybe my hands are on blocks. Maybe they're on either side of my foot on my mat. Now my left knee is bent over the ankle. I'm on the ball of my back foot. My chin is lifted. My chest is lifted. Maybe I start to kind of seesaw forward and back here. Breathing, finding some dynamic movements. And go ahead and find stillness. Inhale here, and exhale, gently step it forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to reach and rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Now we're going to do that one more time on either side. And just incorporate another little dynamic stretch in our lunge. So, from standing in our Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, reaching those arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Again, hands can come to blocks or to the mat. Right foot comes center. Left foot steps deep back into that lunge. My right knee's over ankle. Chin is lifted, chest is lifted. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten that front leg and then bend into that front leg. So I inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. It doesn't have to go completely straight, but we're just, again, getting that dynamic stretch in our hamstrings and our hips. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Now gently coming back to stillness. Now instead of releasing here, what you're going to do is you're going to step this back foot forward just a little bit till you can come to a flat foot. This back foot is going to be pointed out at a 45-degree angle, and you're going to straighten this front leg. So I'm coming to a pyramid pose. My hands are still on either side of my right foot. Can be on blocks, or you can rest it on your shin or on your thigh. This is our pyramid pose. Now, we're trying to get our legs as straight as possible. However, you can always keep a micro bend in the knees. Our hips are squared down to the mat. And we're breathing here. Getting deep into those hamstrings, into those hips. Now gently, I'm going to bring my hands to my hips or to my thigh perhaps. And I'm going to inhale, use my core to rise. And exhale, just gently step forward. Shake it on out. I don't know about you guys, my legs are definitely feeling it. We got the whole other side to do, friends. So I'm coming to stand in my Tadasana Mountain Pose. I'm going to inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Again, hands can come to blocks or to the mat. Left foot forward, right foot steps back into this lunge. Left knee is over ankle on the ball of the back foot. And then maybe we start to inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Continue to flow with your breath. Gently find stillness in that lunge. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, step that back foot forward just a bit, straightening that front leg, coming to our pyramid pose. Again, this back foot is flat at about a 45-degree angle. I'm trying to get my legs as straight as possible, but again, it's okay if there is a bend in the knees. Hands are on blocks, or perhaps on the shin, perhaps on the thigh. I'm breathing here. Now I'm going to gently bring my hands to my hips or perhaps to my thigh. And then I'm going to use my core to inhale, rise, and exhale. Step forward, shake it out. All right. I don't know if you guys are feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it. I'm going to put my blocks off to the side here. Come to stand at the top of my mat. We're going to take it on down. So I'm going to inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. I'm going to gently plant my hands, and you can just step back, one foot, drop the knee, step back, the other foot, drop the knee, take your time. We're going to find a child's pose, so I'm going to open my knees as wide as the mat, sink my hips back to my heels, extend those arms out, and drop my chest down. Finding my child's pose here, finding my breath, finding my center, finding my grounding. I encourage you to breathe deeply here. Maybe squeeze the mat with your fingertips to find that grounding energy. And again, perhaps bring it back to our intention of being flexible. Flexible in our bodies, flexible in our lives. Being able to adapt. We'll take some community breaths here in this child's pose. So big inhaling through the nose, filling up chest, filling up belly, take up space. Open mouth, exhale, release it. Nice big inhale in, fill up a little more. Open mouth, exhale. Last one, biggest yet, really big inhale in. Take up space. Open mouth, exhale, release. On your next inhale, you can gently rise. We're going to come to stand on our knees. Now, you can double up on your mat, so kind of fold your mat up to have some support under the knees. You can place a pillow or a blanket under your knees. I'm going to grab a hold of my blocks. We're going to get into some low lunges here to continue to warm up those legs. So I'm going to start with the right foot. I'm going to step that right foot out, bend into the knee. Again, it does not go past the ankle. My hands can be on blocks on either side of the foot. They can be on the mat, or you can rest them gently on your thigh, on your hips, or you can inhale those arms up. Find what works best for you and your body. Wherever you are in your lunge, we're going to breathe. Hips are square to the front of the mat. That knee does not go past the ankle. And again, chin is lifted, chest is lifted. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, hands can come down to the mat or to the blocks. Gently walk the hands back a bit and straighten that front leg, coming to a half splits here. So I'm flexing my right toes back towards my face. Chin stays lifted, chest stays lifted. I'm getting into this hamstring. Breathing here. Gently inhale, come back to that lunge. Press the palms into the blocks or into the mat, and just release that foot back. All right, take it to the other side. Standing on my knees, I'm going to step my left foot out, bend into that knee, it comes over the ankle, not past the ankle. Again, hands can be on blocks, on the mat, on your thigh, your hips. You can inhale all the way up. Find your low lunge, making sure those hips are square to the front of the mat. Lift the chin, lift the chest, and breathe here. Taking a big inhale. Exhale brings those hands to the blocks or to the mat. And then I straighten that front leg, walk those hands back, flex those toes back towards my face. Keeping the chin and chest lifted. Inhale, gently come back to your lunge. Press the palms into the mat or into the blocks. Exhale, release that foot back. And gently go ahead and release to a seat. Let me get those blocks out of the way. Come to a seat on my butt. We're going to get into some folds here. And then we're going to revisit those strap stretches that we did at the beginning of class and see how we feel. So first fold is a Baddha Konasana. I'm going to bring my feet together to touch, opening up at the knees, our bound angle pose or a butterfly pose. I'm going to inhale, center, exhale to fold. I'm hinging from the hips. It doesn't matter how far you can go. I want you to focus on trying to keep a nice straight spine. Maybe inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold a little deeper. And inhale to rise, exhale to release. I'm going to bring those legs out for a wide-legged fold now. So I'm opening those legs wide. Doesn't have to be super wide, just as wide as what feels good. Again, I'm going to inhale, lengthen center. Exhale, fold forward. Again, hinging from the hips, trying to keep a straight spine here. Maybe inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold a little deeper. And gently inhale, come on up. Now bring my legs straight in front of me. Again, you can keep some space in between those feet. So one arm makes space for the belly and thighs. Again, I'm going to inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Now you can use your strap here. Wrap it around those feet and gently pull yourself down if you'd like. Does not matter if you can touch your toes or not. Maybe inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold a bit deeper. And inhale, gently come on up. Now we're going to take it down to our backs, and we're going to revisit those strap stretches. So bring your strap with you. I'm going to lower down to my back. Extend those legs out. We'll start with the right side. So my left leg is going to stay straight. My right knee is going to bend. And I'm going to bring that strap or that towel around my foot, or I'm going to grab the back of my thigh with my hands, and I'm going to pull it in. Now notice if you can maybe pull it a little farther. I definitely can. It doesn't feel as tight behind the hamstring. And just ask yourself, how does it feel? Even if it's the tiniest difference, even if there's no difference in how deep you can pull it, it just feels different. Breathing here. Inhale here, exhale, we're going to drop it open to the right. And again, same thing. Maybe you can open it up a little more. Maybe you can pull it up a little bit. Maybe that leg just gets ever so slightly straighter. Or maybe it just feels better. Feel more warm. Gently inhale, come back to center, and then exhale again. We're just barely bringing it across the center line, not lifting that right hip up off the mat. And again, just ask yourself, can I bring it 1 centimeter deeper? How does it feel? Breathing into that outer hip. Inhale gently back to center, and exhale, bend into the knee, release it down. I'm going to straighten that right leg, And I'm going to bend into my left knee, wrap that strap around my foot, and straighten it to the sky. Now for me, I'm a decent amount warmed up so I can actually grab my foot now. Again, totally no worries if you can't do this, but maybe experiment with it. Ask yourself, how does this side feel compared to the beginning? Breathing here. Inhaling here, exhale, maybe dropping that leg over to the side. Opening up that hip. Ask yourself, can I open it up a little more? Can I straighten my leg a little deeper? How does it feel compared to the beginning of class? Now inhaling, coming back to center. Exhale, coming through that center line, and again, same thing here. Can I bring it a little deeper through center without lifting that hip up off the mat? How does it feel? And inhale gently back to center. Exhale, you can release. Now maybe you gently bend into both knees and just windshield wiper those legs back and forth, dropping them over to one side and another. We need a lot in that lower body today, folks, so just get that little bit of release here. And maybe you draw both knees into your chest and bring those arms out to a T position. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop those knees over to the right, maybe gazing over the left shoulder. Taking this twist here. A gentle release. Gently inhale, bring everything back to center. Exhale, drop those legs over to the left, perhaps gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale, gently come back to center, and exhale, release. Now, if there's any final pose that you find that you need for your practice to feel good, to feel complete, you can go ahead and go there. I'm going to take a happy baby, but you can take anything that feels good. Maybe it's an inversion or a shoulder stand or another twist. Maybe you're just ready to find your savasana. Just listening to your body and doing what feels right. And when you're ready to release into your savasana, just remember to take up space on your mat to do what feels good for your body. Again, I like to bend into my knees, kind of knock them into each other and press that low back into the mat. You can have palms facing up to receive or palms facing down to tap into that grounding energy. You can keep the eyes closed or open, bringing awareness back to the breath. And I encourage you again to just be mindful and take inventory and ask yourself, where am I still holding tension in my body? Try to release that tension with every exhale. And I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Just breathe here. Gently bring your awareness back into your space and back into your body. Maybe wiggle your toes or wiggle your fingers. Maybe roll out the wrists or roll out the ankles. Gently making these movements bigger until you want to draw your knees into the chest. Maybe give yourself a little squeeze. Rock from side to side. And gently, when you're ready, dropping over to one side, using the bottom arm as a pillow, coming to a fetal pose. And then gently pressing yourself up to a seat. Any seat that you find comfortable. Taking your time, moving with intention. Those hands can come to either side of you, feeling the mat beneath your fingertips. Inhale, bring those arms up, taking all this wonderful energy we just created. Exhale, bring them back down, releasing anything that doesn't serve you. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, those palms come together to touch, and we draw the hands to heart. The light and love in me honors the light and love in each of you. We bow to our practice. Thank you. That is all I have for you today, my lovelies. Let me come on back in here. How are we feeling? Do we feel a little bit more flexible? I definitely feel more flexible. Do we feel a difference by the end of class? You're so welcome, Jamie. I'm glad that's what you needed. I definitely needed it too. Feeling a bit more loose. Those legs, I feel like I really like focus on the lower body when I work out, and then I forget to stretch and I'm like, oh my God, why? Yay, we feel good, we feel amazing, good, good, good. Did we feel a difference by the end of class? Do we feel a little bit more bendy, a little bit more flexible? Isn't it incredible, how much of a difference one class makes? I feel like we're always like, man, I don't want to do yoga, I don't want to do it. And then we do it and we're like, oh, dang. It actually does make a difference. Would you look at that? Yeah, definitely get into those hips. Yeah, my hamstrings and my calves is where I store a lot of my stuff too. That's where I'm really, really, really tight. But definitely after a leg day, this is the class to do. If you like this class, I do have a splits video on my YouTube channel. It's like a daily routine to get to your splits. It's very similar to this. So it's great for after leg day, great for after a run, or if you're just looking to get into your splits. You can do it every day and you would probably have your splits in a month or two. I I'm like, I'm gonna do the splits, and I commit to it and I do it every day, and then I get to my splits and then I stop doing it, and within a month I'm like, well, I can't do the splits anymore. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Remember to shop small business this weekend. Like, every small business I know is just really, really, really struggling right now, myself included. If you like my classes, sign up for the membership. I also have courses, and for Black Friday, all of my courses are half off. You can get every single one of my courses, the Nourish AF bundle, for only $111, and that's like so much in one package. It's half off. My retreats are $222 off if you want to treat yourself. I treat myself to vacations on Black Friday. I don't know about y'all, but like, I do a little bit of shopping for other people, and then I buy myself like a vacation, because I'm like, look, if the world's gonna end, I'm gonna be in a fun place that I enjoy. So I have Joshua Tree, I have Salem. Joshua Tree is probably almost halfway sold out, I believe. Salem is pretty open if you want to come to Salem with me in March. Salem is going to be amazing. Salem is amazing. If you guys saw my retreat that I just did there a couple weeks ago, it was absolutely magical. If you've ever wanted to come to Salem in the springtime, it's so gorgeous. And we have a whole private historical hotel to ourselves. We go on private tours of Salem. It's just yoga every day, yummy food, good goodie bags, just so much stuff. It's just so amazing. And Joshua Tree is also amazing. If you're more of a desert witch like me, you want to be at a saltwater pool and do yoga and have a private vegan chef and go on hikes and all that lovely stuff. We have workshops. We make crystal moon mirrors. We do all kinds of stuff. So perhaps maybe treat yourself to one of those, or treat yourself to a course, because, you know, it's, I mean, this time of year, people, I feel like, enjoy it so much, but this is the worst time of year. Like, for me, I feel like I just get so drained and just like, ugh. Maybe it's a small business thing, it's small business burnout, but like, once Halloween's over, I like tap out. Like Thanksgiving and Christmas and holidays, I'm just like, ugh. Like, I'm tired. And I know pretty much every small business is on the same page, so make sure to shop small business. If it's not me, shop any small business, I don't care. But I know us small businesses are struggling. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. The last live that, so we're actually doing a shadow work challenge in the membership next month. We're doing a shadow work journaling challenge, so don't worry, I got you covered. What else? The last live that I will be making open to the public is the tarot reading on Tuesday. So after that, all my lives go back to members only. There's 60 plus yoga classes in the membership that are not on my public YouTube that you get instant access to. If you join the membership, it's only $9.99 a month. So if you'd like to support small business, that's one way to do it. Yeah, we're gonna do a challenge, a yoga challenge in January. For December, we have a shadow work journaling challenge. I think that's it. So I hope to see you guys on Tuesday for some tarot, and maybe I'll see you in the membership. Maybe I'll see you on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I have a free Facebook group. Maybe I'll see you at a retreat. But thank you guys always for the support, and I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.